Hello students, our today's topic is synthetic fibers and plastics. First of all, we will discuss that how do synthetic fibers came in existence. Natural fibers such as cotton and wool, they have limited applications because of their characteristics. उनकी characteristics की वजह से हम उनको बहुत ही कम जगह पे अप्लाई कर सकते थे. फॉर एग्ज़ाम्पल हम उनको यूज़ नहीं कर सकते थे रेन कोट्स बनाने में because they are not waterproof. Neither can we use them to make suspension ropes because they were not strong enough to carry a lot of weight. So they have many limitations, and to overcome these type of limitation, synthetic fibers came in use. Now, what are synthetic fibers? Fibers made by human through chemical synthesis or are artificially synthesized by human beings are known as synthetic fibers or man-made fibers. और टाइम जो केमिस्ट थे उन्होंने एक्सपेरिमेंट किए लैबोरेटरीज में to create new fibers, and they continue to do so. Since these fibers are created or synthesized artificially by human beings, that's why they are known as synthetic fiber or man-made fiber. Example of synthetic fiber are nylon and polyester. Now, what are the sources of synthetic fibers? Synthetic fibers have two types of sources, chemical and organic raw materials. Chemicals like petroleum and coal and natural gas. Plants and animals came in organic raw material. The example of synthetic fiber prepared from chemicals are nylon and polyester, and the example of synthetic fiber which are chemically processed organic raw material are rayon. Now the next term is polymer. Polymer means, poly means many and mer means unit. A polymer is a substance made up of large number of smaller molecules that link together to form large molecules. जो यूनिट होती हैं पॉलीमर्स की केमिकल सब्सटेंस से, वो डिराइव की जाती हैं पेट्रोलियम या ऑर्गेनिक रॉ मटेरियल से. बहुत सारी यूनिट, मैनी सच यूनिट्स जो होती हैं कंबाइन कर हो जाती हैं टू फॉर्म चेन्स, एंड दीज टाइप ऑफ चेन्स आर नोन एज पॉलीमर्स. जो ये पॉलीमर्स होते हैं जब ये बनते हैं तो द पॉलीमर फॉर्म्ड आर लीनियर इन स्ट्रक्चर. Single units are combined to make a linear polymer. Linear polymer means many units. Single units are combined to make many units. Now our next topic is advantage and disadvantage of synthetic fibers on natural fiber. First of all, we will discuss about the advantages characteristic of synthetic fibers on natural fiber. The first point is strength. Synthetic fibers are very strong and more durable than natural fibers. They can easily handle heavy loads, but natural fibers are not very strong. Second term is elasticity. Synthetic fibers can stretch easily, that's why they can use as making stretchable fabrics. But we can't use natural fibers because they do not stretch easily and they tears on over stretching. Lifespan. Synthetic fibers always last longer than most natural fibers. But natural fibers do not last very long. Resistance to insects. Synthetic fibers cannot be eaten by moths, and we do not have any type of fear to keep these type of fiber in our almirah or somewhere else. But natural fibers can be eaten by moths easily. Shrinkage. Synthetic fibers do not shrink easily, but natural fibers shrink after a few washes or uses. Ability to repel water. Synthetic fibers are always very faster in drying, but natural fibers takes very long time to dry. Synthetic fibers are very cheap for us, but natural fibers are very expensive for us. Now coming to disadvantage characteristic of synthetic fibers on natural fibers. Natural fibers are usually biodegradable and they biodegrades when we throw them in the nature. But synthetic fibers are not biodegradable and they cannot biodegrade themselves easily. That is very harmful to our nature. Second point is endurance to heat. Natural fibers do not melt or do not catch fire easily, but synthetic fibers can catch easily fire and they melt on application of heat. Next is absorption of water or moisture. Natural fibers absorbs moisture as well as the sweat, but synthetic fibers are highly likely to cause skin allergy and are not so easy to skin, and they do not absorb sweat and moisture well. They are uncomfortable to wear. Fourth point is ease to color or ease to dye. Natural fibers are very easy to dye, but in case of synthetic fibers it is not easy to dye them. Fifth point and last point is skin friendliness. Natural fibers, they do not cause skin allergy and they are very easy on skin, but synthetic fibers can cause skin allergy to us and they are not so easy on the skin and they are not so easy to wear. And now we'll discuss about the types of synthetic fibers, their sources, their properties and their uses. First of all, we'll discuss about the types of synthetic fibers. There are four types of synthetic fibers: rayon, nylon, polyester and acrylic. Rayon. The source of rayon is when cellulose is chemically processed from wood pulp, we get rayon. Properties of rayon are: rayon resembles silk. It is also known as artificial silk. Rayon is shiny and lustrous in nature. The uses of rayon are: it is used for making ties, shirts and home furnishing. Nylon. The source of nylon is: it is made by combining coal, water and air, and the chemicals formed by that can make nylon easily. The properties of nylon are: it is elastic in nature, very strong and also very light in nature. The uses of nylon are: it is used for making parachutes, for climbing ropes, for toothbrush hair and for fishing nets. Polyester. Polyester is made by the chemical obtained from petroleum, or we can say esters. Properties of polyester are: they do not wrinkle easily and they are very easy to wash. The uses of polyester are: they are used for making dress material, sails, conveyor belt, bottle, wire and utensils. Terylene and polyethylene tetrafluoride PET. These are the common polyester. Our last type of synthetic fiber is acrylic. Acrylic synthetic fiber is also made from the chemicals obtained from petroleum. It resembles wool. It is cheaper than wool and it is also resistant to the moths. The uses of acrylic fiber are: they are used for making sweaters, socks, shawls, carpets and blankets. In this chapter, we have used moths word many times. You all might be wondering what moths are. Cloth moths are the pest that can destroy fabric and other material. They usually feed on animal fiber such as wool, fur and silk. Before going ahead, here are two interesting questions for you all. You can answer the questions by commenting in the comment section. The first question is: list 5 objects that you use daily which are made of plastic. List 5 objects that you use daily which are made of plastic. The second question is: list 2 objects around you that are made of natural materials and can be replaced by plastic. Around us, we can see many objects are made up of plastics: chair, car, pen, etc. Now the question arises, what are the plastics and why it is a good substitute for most of the things? Plastics. The wide range of synthetic organic compounds that are malleable and so can be molded into solid objects are known as plastics. Plastic means something that is easily shaped or molded. How plastic come in existence? In the last century, more and more objects have begun to be made of plastic. From chairs to pens to car, plastic are found everywhere. In labs, chemist makes it possible to derive a chemical substance from cellulose, coal, natural gas and petroleum that is known as plastics. Now the composition of plastic. By which components plastic are made up of? It includes various elements such as carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine and sulfur. Exception of this are the plastic based on silicon atom. Now, depending on the ability to withstand heat, there are two types of plastics: thermoplastic and thermosetting plastics. Thermoplastics. Thermoplastics could deform or bend easily on being heated. They can be heated to melt into a liquid and remolded to set any number of times. They are composed of linear or lightly cross-linked polymers. PET, polyethylene tetrafluoride, and PVC, polyvinyl chloride, and styrofoam are examples of thermoplastic. We can use thermoplastic in various ways: plastic bags, water bottles, water pipes, milk cartons, plastic cups, and plastic spoons are some common objects made of thermoplastic. Thermosetting plastics. They could not be deformed or bent on being heated. They remain in a permanent solid state on being set once. Hence, they cannot be remolded into another shape. They are composed of highly cross-linked polymers. Many cross-linked polymers are joined to make thermosetting plastic. The example of thermosetting plastics are bakelite and melamine. We can use thermosetting plastic to make kettle, plug, cooking utensils, laptop, phone chargers, tables, and motor parts of common objects. Now we have already talked about the bright side of plastics, that where and how we could use plastics. Now let's talk about the dark side of plastic, that means what are the adverse effects of plastic for our nature. Plastics are non-biodegradable, that means they do not get decomposed with our nature. Despite their numerous benefits, the use of plastic has some serious consequences for our environment, as a result for our health and well-being also. The first one is, sometimes we dump plastic on land and it remains same for years because it does not get decomposed for several years. Because of this, our fertile land changes into infertile and we cannot use that for agriculture processes. It leads to the death of land animals. Some animals when eats plastic items by mistake and it is not possible for them to digest it, that leads to their death. Second point is, when plastics are dumped in ocean, rivers and ponds, this makes them floating for years and they can block rivers and ponds. This may lead to flooding and overlogging. As well as it pollutes natural water resources because we can't use that type of water in our various purposes. It leads to death of marine animals when they eat the plastic by mistake. When plastics are burned, it releases many harmful gases to our nature that are very poisonous to our nature and that can cause respiratory illnesses. Now, as we had seen that there are many adverse effects of plastic on our environment, so we should better know that how should we manage the plastic waste. As you can see, plastic pollution has become a major concern for us since plastic is non-biodegradable. We must take steps to reduce the impact of its pollution on our planet. We can all adopt the 5R principles. These 5R principles are reduce, reuse, recycle, repurpose and refuse to help reduce the impact of plastic pollution. If each of us practices these principles to manage our plastic waste, we may be able to save our planet before it gets submerged in a sea of plastic. Now let's talk about 5R principle. What is reduce? Reduce. To reduce the consumption and use of plastic products by not purchasing them or using them. We should use plastic free packaging and we should buy groceries in bulk. what is reuse? We should reuse containers like bottle, cup, boxes. We should use the same plastic item more than once. Recycle. We should recycle old plastic items into new ones. Old plastic bottles recycle to make new ones, so we should recycle them. Repurpose. We should convert plastic waste into resources. A plant pot we can made of plastic bottle. The last one is refuse. We should not use plastic bags, cups and bottle. We should refuse for the use of plastic items that are harmful for the environment. And did you know the state of Sikkim in northeast India banned single-use plastics such as plastic bags, spoons, straws in 1998 after landslides that were caused due to plastic waste. The state has been plastic free ever since. And in the last, we will discuss about some keywords that are very important on the behalf of this chapter. The first word is petrochemicals. These are the chemicals obtained from petroleum and crude oil. Second one is polymer. Polymers are the chain-like structure made of chemical units. Thermoplastics. These are the plastics that melt on heating and they can be remolded easily. Thermosetting plastics. These plastics are not deformed or bent on being heated. Non-biodegradable substances. The materials or substances that take hundreds of years to degrade. So this was our chapter synthetic fibers and plastics. Thank you students for watching this video. And if you like the video, then please like, comment, share and subscribe to channel M Sandhu for more educational videos. Thank you.